Welcome to another episode of Line Defense Podcast. I am your host, Quinton Qoples. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a lot. We got a lot covered, a lot of things going on in the sports world, a lot of things going on in the security world. So let's dive right into the sports world. We got the hottest take, the hottest topic of this season, really. Shedeur Sanders had a first what I would say, successful game this past Sunday versus the Titans. Did a great job. I think he threw for like 350, 400 yards, had 4 touchdowns. Very good game statistics-wise. Came up short with the loss. And so, y'all know how I feel. I think I've spoken this before about Shedeur, but I want to kind of give a little background information. I will be considered a Shedeur hater, but I'm not a Shedeur hater. I'm just kind of like that big bro that kind of give you the wisdom and understanding of what you need to kind of make sure that you're in the best position to maximize all your options that I think that he's kind of leaving on the table. So, prime example, I think that, Dion is everybody's favorite uncle. He's the culture's favorite uncle. With that being said, we have Shedeur as the cousin who can't do no wrong. A majority of the eyes that's on the media, and here we talk very straightforward, and we're not necessarily anti-media. However, we don't have the same mindset as the media talking heads that we see on a day-to-day basis. So, in regards to Shedeur, I think that some of the things that is standing in his way is that I'm not against him, recording his lifestyle and the different interactions he's having with celebrities and popular streamers and podcasts and things of that nature. I think that that's dope, and I think that's cool, and I think he can manage that well. But I think in the game of football, when you're playing at this level, there has to be a moment where you just dial in on football and let the offseason be that moment where you kind of get your followers, you kind of get the brand deals and different things of that nature, because at the end of the day, it's really all about football, and you're not winning. And so you came in behind the 8 ball, right? So now that he got the opportunity to start, I think he has an opportunity to actually take over that position, a main starter, be the franchise player for the Cleveland Browns. Now, that's not saying much because they suck, but I think there's a great opportunity there for him if he can stay out his own way. And they're like, Q, what you mean by staying out his own way? Dion popping up to the to the facility probably wasn't a good look, in regards to like him popping up, him being in the building, him shaking hands and talking to people. It's like a kid in school. Like, you don't mind your parents coming to school, but it's like, Mom, like, I don't need you to be up in my schoolhouse, you know, talking to the teachers and just being active or whatever. Like, nobody else's parents is here. Like, if you want to come to the game, come to the game, But in regards to like just popping up and having those conversations and just kind of showing that you kind of imposing your will in there and letting them know that you are who you are, I just think it's going to come back and haunt them. There's a strict way of how to play football. And with that being said, like, we do things a certain way. A lot of times people hate that because it's like, you get in line and do as they say. But at the end of the day, that's just how the program is ran. So when we go and when regular people, not regular people, which is civilians and citizens go and have go to their job, they don't just go in there as whoever they are. Like, you may bring a little bit of your personality, but there's a culture there. There's an opportunity, there's what they have built over time. And it's kind of basically from the top down. So in the NFL, I think Shedeur would do better by being a little quieter. I mean, if you look at Ray Lewis, if you look at Peyton Manning, if you look at Tom Brady, if you look at Drew Brees, if you look at all the people who were great and played in his position, they had tremendous success off the field. But when it came down to playing football, they was dialed in, they was focused, they made sure they had a great relationship with at least 1 to 2 of their receivers. Their coaches, they were meeting with each other all the time and discussing game plans and having input and influence and breaking down film. Like, those are the things that I believe that is coming up short in his development. And I understand there was a extreme amount of pressure to become the franchise player, but you've worked your way up, you've earned your spot now. And so as a big bro, I would just say, hey, pipe down a little bit, you know what I mean? And be who you are. I'm not telling you not to be who you are, but I'm also telling you to kind of calm it down, because at the end of the day, the people who control your destiny can also put you in position of failure. And a lot of times you see a lot of guys that's first round draft picks and potential Hall of Famers coming out with the potential. They don't necessarily pan out. And you'd be like, why it didn't pan out? Well, one, they'll trade you, put you in a bad system. Two, they won't play you. They'll restrict your playing time. Three, they'll put you in defensive schemes or offensive schemes that don't match your talent and what you was drafted off of and what you displayed throughout college. So some of these things that you need to take into consideration in regards to what they can possibly do to sabotage your career. I don't think they're doing that. I think they're giving you a fair shot. I think Stefanski is doing a better job than what people are giving him credit for. They're not a good team. They got some stuff that they got to work on, some issues they got to address in the offseason. But he played it the right way. Daniel Gabriel, he was actually drafted higher than Shedeur, so he automatically gets a position over Shedeur. Then he got hurt, and then Shedeur came in, and Shedeur has outplayed him up until this point. So this is going to be a terrible season for you. But at the end of the day, bro, just do what you do. Be who you are, but also understand the giants in the NFL that you're facing. And there's a way that you can get off without getting off, instead of telling them, who we've been waiting for. You just like, look, I better put in the work. I fought my way to the top. I'm here now. I'm preparing to win each and every game moving forward. We'll see where the chips fall. That's getting off. That's letting people know that you are actually that guy. But at the end of the day, you still developing. You still got to figure that part out of where this next step takes you. So all in all, be great, man. Enjoy the rest of your season. You got three weeks of some good football left to play, and it's something that you can build on for next season. And I wish you the best of luck, man. Next topic, who we got? We're going into ICE. We're not going political. I would have put that out there. We're not going political, but I do want to address some of the situations that's going on right now. Our country is divided in regards to how ICE actually works or supports us in this situation. And I just want to kind of bring and shed some light to it, being that I'm a part of the private protection and national security board or administration. These are some of the things that I have to actually interact with when I'm with clients or I'm out in public. These are some of the things that I have to deal with in neighborhoods and different things of that nature. So I want to kind of address the fact that ICE is doing what they are lawfully ordered to do. And I get it that there's a political spectrum that has kind of spent off that ICE is one-sided because our president is Republican, so they kind of make it a Republican thing versus guys that are taking orders from their boss, which we all kind of do in a sense. Me with more clients or whatever, maybe you in corporate, you have a boss, or maybe you own your own business and your employees or your customers determine exactly how your day go or what you want to do, even though you are in a higher position or a higher role. I think that ICE should be more respected as you go out there today. Like if you run into them, understand that these are civilians, these are citizens, and understand that they're doing their job. So the best thing that you can do, would you prefer somebody to interrupt you while you're doing your job, or would you prefer somebody to give you death threats? And let's just be honest, the people that came in, I know that we feel sorry for them because we are the greatest country in the world, and they're coming from third world countries and things of that nature. But we also have to recognize that these people are not just coming over here to build America. A lot of these people are coming over here to tear down America. And we have several evidence and data that supports that. Now, that isn't political. It is what it is. A van full of propane tanks in Manhattan, New York, does not tell me that you're here to build America. Does not indicate that you are here to build America. Minnesota is overwhelmed with Somalians and Islam and things of that nature. Like, they're waving their flag. They're not waving American flag. They're waving their country flag. They're here coming in mass numbers to take over. They're taking resources. There's fraud. And I know this sounds political, but in reality, as an American and as someone who has seen other Americans suffer at the hands of fraudulent behavior by politicians and other people, I think it's my duty to step up and kind of speak out and kind of help people get a broader understanding of what's actually going on versus what the media is telling us. Because again, we're not anti-media. We just think different. All in all, when it comes to ICE agents and the different law enforcements, understand that there's a place for law and order in America. We need that. It's a part of what has made our country the greatest country in the world. It's a part of the fabric that has gave us one of the best militaries ever. We want to make sure that we appreciate the men and women that go out and fight to protect our freedom. Next, what we got? Oh, security wear and next and security news. There's a lot of news coming out in regards to the cybersecurity breaches that are happening on a day-to-day basis. So with the new development of AI, and it's constantly developing and triggering, I kind of want to shed some light. You're going to have to find, different ways to protect your not only your identity but your bank accounts and your different virtual assets that you may have. I think that it's important that you understand that this just doesn't happen. Scamming and different breaches just doesn't happen to certain people. Like everybody is susceptible to that. And so what that means is make sure that you apply the necessary firewalls and different things that come into contact. There's different apps, there's different programs that protect your assets, that protect your bank account, that protect you from fraud and allow you to actually be conscious of actually what's going on when somebody's trying to attack you or when somebody's trying to scam you and things of that nature. So fintech as a healthcare research program that just been breached. This is an issue for like national security as well. So like even though your personal information you may not think of it and you probably think, oh, I don't got enough money for anybody to scam me or things of that nature. You never know. Like scammers don't, do it based off your income. Scammers do based off whatever assets they have. So make sure you stay protected. This is holiday season. So it ramps up during holiday season because people are more gullible during this season because you're out shopping, you're out just buying gifts and things of that nature. And then a tap card, there is a whole card reader that sends information back to another scammer and they're able to have access to your car. So these are just some of the tactics and different things that they do. They hook up to your internet, your Wi-Fi, your home Wi-Fi. So after you leave home, I suggest everybody turn off your Wi-Fi unless you're in a safe building and a secure building where you know that the information that you have access to is being protected by different firewalls and VPNs and things of that nature. So protect yourself this season, man. This holiday season, protect yourself during the holidays, and take care of your virtual assets. In other news, personal security going on. I think we had Ariana Grande, who was just assaulted, is what they call it, on the red carpet. James McAvoy was at a bar in Canada, and then he got punched by a random guy, sucker punch. I bring this up because this is personal with me because, as everyone know, I protect entertainers, celebrities, business, high net worth individuals. It's important to help you guys understand that anybody is eligible to be under attack. There's no one person, whether big or small, fat, skinny, whatever you are, green, blue, black, it doesn't matter. When someone wants to attack you, they will attack you. I suggest, just as always, not just because I'm in the industry, that you always give yourself a private protection. There's always options. Obviously, Kingsman protection is the best one, but there's always opportunity for someone to not only just make a name for themselves, but they can also attack you. And so in those places where you think that you're safe and there's not that type of crowd or it's not sketchy or things of that nature, like these are the places that you're most vulnerable because nobody's expecting anything. Like nobody's expecting, like we didn't expect, and I don't want to bring this up and pardon me if it offends anybody, but nobody was expecting 9/11. It happened. It hurt us, just caught us off guard. But that's how bad guys respond to situations. They see an opportunity, they take advantage of it, especially if you're entertainer, especially if you're known and successful of some sort. They're going to come after you. There's no safe place. Only safe place is in your home with the doors locked. And even then, you may need somebody to protect you from somebody trying to break in and intrude in your personal space. So I named those two. There's plenty of more. Got people that's been attacked over the last week, month or so. Hire private protection. I can't stress this enough. It's one of the most valuable assets that you can put into place when it comes down to holiday shopping, when it comes down to personal assets, your jewelry, your vehicle, or maybe you just want to go somewhere. and not look over your shoulder, have private protection. We're here to protect you. We're here to prevent danger and harm coming to you so you can be able to have a sense of peace and enjoy the place that you're in. So, with that being said, this season is holiday season. Like I said once before, protect yourself, protect your assets, hire personal security, and make sure after you watch this video that you like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that what I said wasn't valuable or what you think is something for you to consider as you go out and enjoy this holiday season. Like always, this is Line Defense Podcast. I'm your host, Quinton Qoples. Until next time, stay dangerous. We're back. In this one, we're going with the 2-minute drill. Start my clock. And this time, I'll get swaggy on this one. Let me turn this thing up a little bit. All right, let's go. We got a 2-minute drill. Start my clock. All right, cool. What we got up first? Will Shedeur win 1 out of the last 3 games? I believe so. And you know what? I'm still a fan, and I hate it, but I think we might give him his first win because we're so inconsistent. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we're going to leave it at that. Next question. Will Myles Garrett break the NFL sack record? Absolutely. I mean, I think I've said this or covered this on an episode before, but this guy is out of control, man. I mean, he's doing something that we haven't seen before. Now, we've seen greatness, but I don't think we've never seen anything like this before. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go to over on that, and I'm going to say he's probably going to end with right a half over with 23. Boom. Next question. Will Cowboys win the NFC East? Absolutely not. Anybody who's not a Cowboys fan always root against the Cowboys. So therefore, why would we say that they will win the NFC East? I don't think so. Although I do think Philly is kind of playing mediocre, I don't think they win it. And they're definitely not going to win a playoff game. Or maybe one playoff game. I give them one playoff game. Nah, NFC kind of, they stacked this year. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on that. Boom. Next question. Will Abdul Carter get 5 sacks? I'm going to say under. I'm going to say no. He's at like 1.5 now with 3 games left. I think it's been a rough year. It's been a tough year for the kid. I would love to know exactly who's like mentoring him, coaching him or whatever, but at the end of the day, I don't think so. Next question. Kansas City. Will Kansas City win another championship? Nope. I think that era is over. It's been over for the last year or so. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to have to accept that. Next question. Is Chicago the real deal or front runner? Front runner. I don't think they're going to do anything past anything in the regular season. They may make the playoffs, but that's about it. And I'm out.